Hello, and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Terry, and this is another edition of Terry's Carnivore Treats. And it's one I am super excited to share. I know I'm excited about every single one, but this one is like kind of near and dear to my heart. It's a cheese that I have been eating since before I started eating carnivore. I used to go to some friend's house, and I was always responsible for the charcuterie. And so I really tried to find some unusual cheeses, especially. And so I found one, and I'm going to not pronounce it correctly, but it's a Norwegian cheese. They're brown cheese. I've made several treats with it. Carnivore fudge and some Brunost bites is what I call them. So this cheese, as I said, it is, if you make it with goat milk, it's going to be gezeitost. And if you make it with cow milk, it will be called Brunost. And again, it's Norwegian brown cheese. It is sweet and savory both. It's a very interesting cheese. It's made from the whey, so it's the runoff, spill-off of any cheese making that you have done. And of course, my last video, I made farmer's cheese, and I looked at all this whey, and I thought, what? There was so much of it. I thought there's got to be something. And of course there is. There's other uses for whey besides making Brunost or gezeitost. But I'm going to be sharing how to make Brunost because I'm going to be using cow milk. It's super fun. It is a long process, but very, very easy. And let's see. The taste of it, so for the sweet taste, if you do a really thin sliver and you put it on your tongue and just let it melt on its own, it really reminds me of dulce de leche, especially since I don't really use any added sweeteners in my diet. And I have never used it savory, but that is how it's traditionally used in Norwegian dishes. It's used as a gravy with their meats. I haven't gotten up the courage to try that yet, but one day I will. Let's go take a look at the gadgets and the ingredients and get to this wonderful cheese, y'all. Actually, before we go look at the gadgets and ingredients, I just wanted to show you up close. So this is what Brunost looks like. This is the store-bought kind. Oops. And this is a slice out of mine. I don't have much left because I haven't eaten on it. So look at that. I mean, pretty impressed. It's exciting. Okay, now let's go. You don't need too many gadgets. You're going to need a smaller pot from most likely the larger pot that you're going to be starting with, the liquid whey. And then you're going to need a frother or a whisk and a small container with a lid and some parchment paper to line it. That's it. For the ingredients for Brunost cheese, we will need, of course, our liquid whey, and you'll need either milk or cream or some combination of the two. It will just depend on your palate and what you prefer. Now let's go get started with this long but amazing process. This is the liquid whey left over after my last video making farmer cheese. I'll be using it to make the Brunost. This process is very easy, it just takes some time. You put the whey on the burner and you set it to medium, stirring so often, and then just let it reduce. I have this super duper time lapsed. The total time took about 3 hours to reduce it enough to switch it to the smaller pan. Here you can see most of the liquid has been cooked off, but there's still some yet to go. I have this sped up as well. This last step took about an hour for it to reduce further. I kept reducing until it became a dark caramel color. When it gets to your preferred caramel color, remove from heat
and transfer to a smaller saucepan. Make sure you weigh out how much whey is left, because this is how much cream or milk or combination of the two that you will add to the liquid whey in order to finish the cheese. Be sure to keep an eye on it because it can fizz over. Oops. As you can see, I've time-lapsed this as well. It's really interesting, this process. What you'll see over time is that white layer that kind of covers the top boils off, which is still some of the liquid that needs to be removed. And underneath that foam is beautiful Brunost cheese. Once that foamy layer has cooked off, it's up to you as to when you wish to stop the process. If you stop it here a little bit earlier, your cheese will be softer. The longer you cook it, the thicker and more dense and firm it will become. It still tickles me knowing that I got almost 2 cups of farmer cheese, and look at how much Brunost cheese from just a gallon of milk and a little bit of vinegar. Mind blown. Wow, look at that beautiful cheese. I am so impressed. I'm shocked. I don't even know what to say. I'm just really, really impressed and very excited. I hope you love it just as much as I do.